This is episode 200. We got there.
Wow.
Really.
Congratulations, buddy. I have a special treat for myself here.
Yeah.
Wanted to share with you for
Please.
episode 200. I got a really cheap miniature bottle of champagne here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Martini brand
Yeah, one of the top brands, I think.
of champagne. I mean, I don't know much about champagne, but I know martinis are really classy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would imagine they make really classy champagne.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Where to start, really? I mean, things...
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Well,
you know?
started from the bottom, now we're here, for sure. That's true.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, you know?
It's that kind of stuff. Hey, I kind of, think maybe we can kind of try and explain, where we're going with this now for the next 200 episodes.
I don't know where we're going. Where we're going, we don't need roads, It's that kind of thing. But
yeah, of course.
I don't know exactly where we're going, but
no, but I know that, for me, I kind of, like I've said before on the podcast, you don't want to become a pastiche of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to become kind of you don't want to be phoning it in.
No,
Okay,
you don't. I agree.
it's
100%.
kind of better to burn out than fade away. One option, sure.
Yeah.
Or another option, find a way to love doing what you do
Yeah.
and keep doing it. For me, that involves this, I've decided, I got really into this week, this kind of idea of production value, kind of getting, getting this thing a little bit more legit, like being able to do a little bit more research, kind of create some bits,
Yeah.
which, probably at the start did a little bit more, but kind of just, I still don't want to spend more than 2 hours a week on it.
Yeah.
So
now if you, continue.
No, I'm just saying. So I've had a great time today and yesterday. I've been running loads, real Marley style, sort of
Amazing.
out there singing. I even went to a soccer field today, kicked around a football a little bit, Marley style. And, I just kind of tinkering away, working on my soundboard.
Nice.
I actually kind of, finding a new lease of life, really enjoying doing the podcast again.
That's the way I feel. And if I can just interject, what you said about kind of, professionalism and upping the production value, this is, I mean, I don't really want to make a big deal of it, but one thing that we're toying with is we're going to, for a little while here, just do the one Sunday episode for the patrons, because the way I see it, I want to devote all of my energy and time to the patrons and to the big Sunday episode. And
Sunday football, football, NFL.
Yeah, exactly. The big game is Sunday.
Kind of
I don't
poignant, actually, because you had took a bit of a blow this week on our Instagram. Maybe you want to kind of go into that a little bit.
Yeah, I will. Well, basically, I've been sort of checking the Instagram messages lately, and I got one that said, James,
Yeah.
would you like to be in a fantasy football league
Yeah.
with us and an ESPN host, broadcaster, and a bunch of super legit
Well, it's industry legit rockers, it sounded like.
Major players, let's say.
I would say so. Sounded like it.
I took that right in the gut because number one, I love fantasy sports.
Yeah.
Number two, I love football.
Yeah. Number three, I don't know
Number
anything
three,
about
I don't
it.
think you know much about it.
Well, OJ.
Yeah. I mean, I love that too. And number four, I was just, what's wrong with me being in the league,
Yeah.
But then I sort of thought about it and realized I'm a one league guy.
Okay.
I'm already in a league.
Right.
So no big deal. I didn't even really want to be in their league. So
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, I looked back in the messages, and it turns out the fellow, I think, knows you, kind of.
Probably,
so it made a bit more sense.
I
don't know why I took it so...
Nice. Okay. Yeah, no, that's probably true. Yeah. So, like I said, I've been working on my
That was fucking
soundboard.
cranked, dude.
Yeah, sorry. I'll make sure it's not that loud next time.
Well, anyway, I
listen,
just
I'm
wanted
just
to finish.
working on it.
Yeah, I just wanted to finish what I was saying though. That look, we're gonna do one a week
Yeah.
on Sunday for a while, and with the option, like imagine you get signed to a record label. We have the option for a second.
Okay.
If we're optioning for a second episode. If there's, say, an emergency situation, a famous rock and roller dies, there's a tribute concert of sorts that we
Sure.
need to watch. We have a big guest, anything. So, we're just going to kind of freestyle the schedule a bit more is how I like to think about it.
Yeah, I think it's just finding a way in which, we can enjoy doing the podcast and
Yeah.
put more into it
I agree.
and somehow try and convince the patrons that to still continue to pay for getting half as much content, basically.
Well, yeah, that's true. But they're still getting the same amount of behind the paywall content. So
Yeah. So we just, it's up to you. Basically, put your money, where you want to put it. We're going down to once a week, and I got nothing much more to say about it. Frankly,
the way I
kind of
see
think
it-
of it more of in a punk way, where I'm like, that's what I'm doing. You come along
me
with
too.
me on Lou Reed style.
And the way I see it also is that I look at it, it's a glass half full, glass half empty, James. One man sees that. I see it as an opportunity for all the people who aren't paying
Yeah.
now to join the club and come over because they'll have to.
Well,
you
we're
know?
trying to make
So-
some money here. Let's be
Yeah,
frank.
and I think, Wednesdays are fine, but everybody, I feel like we're going to see a lot of people feeling the need to join our club. So
Yeah,
there you go.
I did make a real concerted effort to kick off all the freeloaders too, kind of Metallica style. I feel
Yeah.
like it was kind of a Napster versus Metallica, like James versus the freeloaders kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's not going to work. And quite frankly, Acast, which is the provider, and I'll say this live on the pod. Quite frankly, like if I ever find out where these people are, if they're even a company, you mark my words, I will be down there Mandalay Bay style at their offices because this company somehow thinks I owe them hundreds of dollars.
And you said this to them in an email, did
I
you
said,
not?
well, it's not easy to email them. There's no email that corresponds to them. So I can't even change. It's unbelievable, but I can't really. It's me trying to be legit. I sent an email to if anyone listening knows how to get in touch with anyone at Acast, maybe it's best not to tell me actually on how I feel. But
Yeah.
I just kind of went info@acast.com and just went kind of postal, kind of Mussolini from the
You
balcony
went
out there.
postal, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a little bit. But, this is all just an attempt, you see, to make the podcast more legitimate. Make it kind of, make the hour, a more efficient hour. We're not like a jam band anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
I want a kind of perfect record, a perfect hour, like an Elvis Costello, more of a new wave approach. We're not doing Dark Star anymore. You know what I
No,
mean?
we're not. We've done it. I mean, there's only so many times you can jam on
Yeah.
with doing a Mixolydian solo.
I can't. So anyway, yeah, what it means is I'll be able to spend more time, which is what I want to do, working on kind of my soundboard. Mm-hmm. So I kind of put together. We were talking about a theme song
Yeah.
the last episode, and this is another thing that our manager has requested.
Yeah.
He said you guys need, first of all, to change your avatar. Can't be, for legal reasons.
Well, I'm
Can't be
fighting
Richard
that.
Manuel.
I'm fighting that, but yeah, I think we probably are going to lose that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then how's that champagne?
It's really disgusting.
Yeah,
It tastes
it's
like
a little-
apple juice with sugar dumped in it and
Yeah,
not much alcohol, but
yeah.
there probably is some alcohol. I really like this.
Yeah.
It gets me going, dude. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a performer, so I'm back on the sweaty palm here, man.
How is that volume wise for you?
Really good.
That's better.
It's a lot better than when you fucking blew it out in my ear the first time.
Yeah, well, listen, it's I want also to do. Oh, we got someone trying to come in the. Someone trying to come in
I
the
got
pod.
a couple of surprises for you
Let's
today.
bring him
buddy.
in. Here it is. Okay, let's see if this works. Didn't know this guy even had access to the internet.
I made him get a phone and a computer.
Looks
Oh,
like
he's-
we've got a guest
Oh.
coming on here.
I'm
Hey,
here.
Mike.
What's up?
Stranglehold Mike, everybody.
You got a laugh track?
That's right, buddy. We're pro. This is episode 200. We've gone completely professional now.
Unbelievable. This is something I wasn't expecting. We got Stranglehold. In keeping with his personality, can't see him on the Zoom. He's just kind of, it's his name, kind of a deep throat, peculiar kind of energy. Probably going to drop some truth bombs on us right now.
I was expecting just like a big image of Ted Nugent's head as his avatar and no video, but yeah, that didn't happen. What's going on, Mike? Where are you? What are you doing?
Just under house arrest right now.
What? Well, explain that to us, will you?
I can't. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
I had a night the other night. It was something else.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're house arrest in the doghouse, as I gather what you're going.
A bit of both.
Yeah. Well, Mike.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to wish us a happy 200.
Happy 200, man.
You
Really
guys,
appreciate that.
you know, as you know, you're a fan favorite guest, so we had to get you on the number 200 here. Am I wrong, Mike, or did you text me also and say you had a funny story about David Crosby?
Fantastic.
Is that right?
Well, I heard a funny one the other night. My buddy Glenn at the bar was telling me about this story, like back in the 70s when he said, like, run money down for drug dealers to the States.
Uh-huh.
And they would just basically pay him in, like, coke.
Okay.
So he probably did a lot of it himself, but he used to, like, sell the coke down there.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, this is about 76,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So Crosby shows up in, like, a Porsche with these two broads, right?
Okay.
And he wants the coke for free. He just
Okay.
figures because he's such a, rock star, he doesn't have to pay this schmuck from Canada. So Glenn told me he could hardly like roll out of his like Porsche. He was so fat at that point. And he was like giving him a hard time. So Glenn just clocked him.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
I liked it. It was a good story.
That sounds great. And presumably he got the free cocaine anyway, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Yeah. Somehow, maybe not from Glenn,
just the
but
visual
yeah.
of him too fat to get out of like a small Porsche
Oh yeah.
really got me. Really hitting that laugh track button, eh?
Yeah, I kind of into it. I got a couple of other ones lined up here, but it's a little bit of teething problems. I did make a theme song though, Mike. While you're on, you might want to hear it. You might like it.
Yeah.
I'll play it. I don't know, how was the volume with the laugh track there for you guys?
Yeah, it sounded good.
Okay,
It sounded
this
good,
is
yeah.
kind of one idea I kind of had. It's kind of a mashup of a couple of different tunes here. So here we
Okay.
go.
Oh, I like this one.
How'd you like that?
This is
that's
three.
an
This is
Yeah.
our three of our. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is
Here
the
come
intro.
the jesters.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of I was thinking that this would work pretty well. Okay, welcome to Impossible Way of Life.
Yeah.
your weekly podcast.
Your weekly rock diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when we were doing High Roller Radio for those OG listeners,
Yeah, well, just
I really
Nev
wanted
Rock.
I wanted that to be our theme song for sure.
But back then, it was all we could do was like put our mic up to like James's stereo speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys have come a long way.
yeah. Well, that way we're real punks back then. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Mike, thanks so much for coming on the show here. We're gonna have to let you go because we've got a lot to get through. But
This is a shorter set than all those guys at that Taylor Hawkins tribute show today.
tell us a little bit about that. Did you see that?
I watched. Well, it's like 6 hours. I kind of skipped through the whole thing just to see who played.
And any highlight, any standout?
You skipped it?
It's fucking 6 hours, dude.
Yeah, no, that's true. I saw that his kid played.
I was just watching him play My Hero.
Yeah.
Wow, that's was it moving?
Yeah, it's intense,
isn't
this
it?
fucking kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, is he a good drummer?
Yeah, he looks like he's like 13. He's killing it.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
I think he's ready to
Yeah.
take over, kind of like
Take over.
Jason Bonham.
Do you think Dave
style.
Grohl's going to stop touring?
No, I think
He's going to end the Foo Fighters? Fuck them. He's going to make this kid fill in right away.
Yeah.
kind of Van
Well-
Halen style. Like,
Is McCartney involved in this tribute? That's all I've been waiting to.
Okay, yeah. Him and Chrissy Hyde played "Oh Darling," which apparently he'd never played live before.
Wow.
unbelievable.
Chrissy Hind. Wow, I got to watch that. She's my favorite.
Yeah, she was the coolest probably of the whole night.
Yeah. She's the
She
coolest
knows
anyway.
tragedy. She knows loss too.
Michael, Stranglehold Mike, everyone. We're gonna get you on real soon for a full episode, buddy. Lot to unpack. It's been a while.
And congrats, guys.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for coming on.
Sticking at it. All right, man.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Okay, see now I realize that I need to get a clap, like a clap track.
Yeah, we need a cheer for Mike.
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
yeah.
I could probably just
Yeah.
do it while we're on here. I could probably just like line that up.
Well, that was just amazing to have Stranglehold Mike.
Well, this is
in
kind of
like
where
that.
we're thinking of going. This is
Yeah.
kind of I got a bit more production value. People dropping in. It's
Yeah,
going to take me a
exactly.
little bit longer to put the episodes together, but I don't
Yeah.
mind because I've only got to
I
do
thought
it
about
once
that,
a
but-
week,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so it's no problem.
Yeah.
I got another. This is kind of a different style of theme song. Don't know where you sit on it, but this is kind of like another option. Something like this. It's just kind of, and I like that we're doing this on air. You know, that we're kind of figuring this out on air because, ultimately, like, the patrons are gonna kind of speak with their wallets. You know what I mean?
Right,
On whether
right.
they like this kind of stuff. So I got another.
Well, speaking
go on,
to that, I was just going to say, talking about the patrons, are they willing to pay for we've said this many times. It's less than a cup of coffee. And let me tell you, I drink about 7 iced Americanos a week.
Right.
So I know for a
7 a day. It costs me.
Yeah.
So it's about a $45 a day habit.
Yeah. So let me just say $2.50 per each of us. It's still a hell of a deal
It
for what
is.
you're getting. But
So here's my other theme song idea. It's kind of a more of a kind of late night kind of vibe, I think.
which is the vibe we have today for sure.
we probably talk over this,
I like this. Some feedback happening here. Is this real?
And this is like the band in the studio.
Nice. I like this.
It's kind of more of it like late night, like
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I need the clap for that.
Yeah. What was that blues tune that you played out back of Brandon's house that night that just had like a really demented blues solo?
No,
it
that
was like instrumental blues guitar. And
Do you mean maybe it might be this song, but it was kind of more like it's more of a yacht rock song, right?
yeah, maybe,
Like this
but it's
one, maybe?
instrumental, I think. Oh no, maybe the singing comes in like 2 minutes in or something. Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah. Kind of fade in.
Oh yeah, this said you were doing the thing where the guy doesn't know the band doesn't really know what's happening at the
No.
end. Yeah.
This is Strat style stuff. You think we could use something like this? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
this is kind of smooth. It's cool.
Smooth.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should record something ourselves. Like a blues intro.
Yeah, we could do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Interesting. We were talking about Dave Grohl's concert because it's not Taylor Hawkins' concert, is it? It's Dave Grohl's concert.
Yeah,
it's
let's
him.
get
I
real.
think kind of asserting himself again within the pantheon of real classic rock. So he gets those guys to come out. Chrissy Hynde, Macca. But Liam Gallagher opened the show. I don't know if you knew that. Did Live Forever.
He threw down, right?
Yeah, and I actually got to speak to him a little bit earlier about kind of the people on stage. You know, he's a big Lennon guy, right? And obviously, like, not a massive McCartney guy. This is what I asked him, look, Liam, what does it feel like to be playing on stage with all these musicians? You know, it's kind of a sad day.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? And this is what he said.
Well, it's how you write it, you know what I mean? I'm not into writing fucking morbid music like the rest of these pricks that are playing here. They're all like bollocks, you know what I mean? They're all like fucking... They're all in pain. Well, my fucking ears are in pain, fucking hearing your fucking voice, you twat.
You know what I mean? So he seemed, it was kind of a weird energy to take in with him. And I'm not
That's an interesting take on it. But, you know, he's got to be him.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people, like, you know, the mainstream media are reporting that he, you know, said it was one of the pleasures of his life to play
Right.
it. But that's what he said to me. And I've said before, you know, Puppet Master Dave Grohl, I seen him in an interview. I think he was with another kind of legit guy. I can't remember, Jack White or something. We went over this a few months ago where he kind of says, at least there's some real fucking rock stars here. Me and you, Jack. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
Kinda
I think, you know,
mic, but
yeah, I think that, like, you know, people will get their news from wherever they need to get it from. But, you know, I like to think we're offering an alternative source.
Well,
you know.
alternative and always honest.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
earnest.
Yeah.
You know, we've been getting a lot of nice messages too. Just a couple things here, just based on Aunt Jeannie. My Aunt Jeannie, who's been a fan since day one, said, "Happy to hear the podcast is going well. Do more research on Elvis." She says Stevie Nicks was the worst dresser. Thought it. Where she's going here. That's a bit. The platform boots, skirts I bought in 1972. She never changed. Please reconsider. I have enjoyed all 199 episodes of iWall. Congratulations to you and James. So there you go. You know, nice.
I mean, I
nice
like
stuff.
it. I don't want to take too many plaudits because I feel like what I'm doing right now is for me personally and me personally alone. Like, I'm just trying to find a way to reinvigorate myself and my love for the podcast. You know, I don't want to be checked out. I don't want to be an irrelevant joke. You know, I've been on our Instagram. You know, we've got guys in bands as legit as Maroon 5 following us.
I know.
I'm worried.
But, you know, I do get energized by the patrons to an extent. You know,
well, I don't
sometimes
think, I feel like the Maroon 5 guy's probably not a patron.
I know.
So we might have to reach out to him and say, like, do you
I
want
think he's probably got $5.
I think he's probably got $5. But a lot, when you're at that level, just like David Crosby, you don't really like paying for shit. Everything comes for free.
Yeah, I just mean, you know, sometimes, like, I have a hell of a good time.
Yeah.
Seeing you and doing this podcast every time, it's a good time. But sometimes I forget there's people that listen to it, and we get sort of stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun. You know, people ask us to be in fantasy football leagues and things like that, you know?
Well, I think, here's my thought on the fantasy football league debacle. We should do it in my name, but you should pick my team, if there's still room.
Or an iWall team or something
Well,
like that.
I'm just trying to get a bit more legit.
Right.
It feels like that's the way to do it. These guys, they're major players. They're playing
Everybody's
in bands.
into fantasy football, so.
Listen, they're playing in bands all up and down North America, you know? And they've got guys, you know, writers from Conan in that league. You know what I mean? It's that kind of level.
Well, we could use that. Yeah. We're in talks with some of those people about this show, I think, so.
That's where I'm trying to go, personally. Speaking of which, I kind of had an idea, like, which would be a nice way to kind of... Before I want to go over some things the patrons have said here. Well, I was thinking, like, I've never seen him, but John Oliver's big, right? Like, that's kind of how late night works, right? Like, and if we're going to get, like, legit into... You know, we do that kind of ultimate classic rock roundup.
Yeah.
Often we've done it before, like you particularly have brought that in, like where you kind of like, this is like what happened this week.
Well, that's where I get my news every morning.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I was thinking we could just kind of, I don't know, just kind of make that. Oh, looks like we got someone actually. Before I go there, it looks like we got someone coming in to the chat room here. It's
Who
kind of a
could this
chat
be?
room vibe. Let's open this up. We got another person coming in.
Chris
Have a look.
Motionless.
Chris Motionless is here.
Hello?
Hello.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Really appreciate that.
Oh, we got
guys.
Luke and Paige. Wow, this is huge.
Oh, you got the laugh track going?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
I don't know how to make the video work on this.
It doesn't matter.
Kind of. I mean, I kind of like the image that comes up when you call in.
Is that Chris Angel?
That's Chris Motionless.
Oh, geez. So my mistake.
Some people get Chris Angel and Chris Motionless confused.
Who's Chris Motionless?
Oh, he's lead singer of the group Motionless in White.
Very good.
Where are you guys? You guys cruising down Alameda right now, or what?
We're just going to check out Jaws 3. It's a national movie day here in Los Angeles in America. $3 all across
Really?
across
That's
the states.
It's really
pretty
good
cool.
deal.
Yeah.
We don't really have anything like that. We also aren't like kind of close to a civil war either. So it's you take the rough with the smooth up here, I suppose.
Wait,
It's a loony and a toonie to get in.
but who's actually participating in that?
In
I
what?
don't know.
The Civil
$3
War or the
movie day.
$3 movie
Why are you
day?
making me so close up?
Hey Luke, have you found a bass player for tonight?
Yeah, I got Posner.
Posner. Is it
Posner's coming down.
good? This is good time, boys. Yeah. You guys
Yeah.
having to fit? You guys having to get a new person every weekend now that Jimmy Sweet's out of town?
Well, Jimmy Sweet, as you know, is pretty legendary shoes to fill. So we've been trying out a bunch of different guys, and nobody's really kind
Listen,
of.
I'm willing to come down there, man. I'm willing. You just don't say the word. I'll fly down. There's cheap
Yeah.
Can you
tickets.
get down by midnight tonight?
I certainly could. I'd
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah. Even if I have to fly to
That's
play
more
myself.
James. Yeah, that's more James. You want to ask him? He's more kind of able to make that kind of thing happen than I am.
Well, Paige and I just wanted to call in and say congratulations on your 200th episode, and it's the greatest podcast going. And
Well, thanks for.
Thanks,
I don't
Luke.
know
I
what
wanted
else
to.
to
It's
say.
actually kind of interesting. I was speaking earlier to Liam Gallagher. I don't know if you realize I have kind of the ability to just kind of call him up on the
What do they
cuff.
call Anthony?
What? We got what's going on
Oh,
here?
Paige is talking about Trevor from Space Hog.
Oh, Trevor.
Yeah,
I've been trying to find Anthony, and I
Trevor.
emailed him and I texted him, and I haven't heard anything.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm
it's
sure he'll get
possible-
back.
Disappointing.
Well, you'd imagine
he'll
that
get back to
given
you.
the kind of the things that he's working on, like Lord of the Rings and the Beatles, it's pretty hush hush. It's kind of if you know, you know. Don't let anyone else into the inner circle except for Joaquin, yourself, the guy who sells
Yeah.
you the fruit, and
Paige
Peter
runs in those
Jackson.
kind of elite Hollywood circles.
Yeah.
Well, they're remixing Revolver, so I assume all those guys are holed up, kind of at Trevor's hacienda. They're doing the mix down. So
I saw Liam was fronting Foo Fighters earlier today.
Yeah, he had a lot to say about it too. When I spoke to him, he wasn't. He's saying that to a lot of people that he really enjoyed it and it was kind of life affirming. But when I spoke to him, this is what he said.
Well, it's how you write it, you know what I mean? I'm not into writing fucking morbid music like the rest of these pricks that are playing here. They're all like bollocks, you know what I mean? They're all like fucking, they're all in pain. Well, my fucking ears are in pain, fucking hearing your fucking voice, you twat.
Yeah, so he
Well,
didn't
he
sound.
wasn't talking about Grohl's vocals.
No, I think he was,
He was
actually.
talking about Kurt's, right?
I think he was talking about Grohl actually, and that's
Too much. There's too much fucking perspective now.
that's how I feel about it.
Well, I'm glad you got your soundboard going. This has been
Yeah.
a lifelong dream.
Yeah, I've kind
Yeah.
of got it going here. I'm feeling like it's only going to get better. I was just talking about kind of, because I'm trying to go more of a John Oliver route, against
Yeah.
the grain a little bit. I know it's not kind of wanted by a lot of the people listening, but like this kind of, I feel like it's time to do, is kind of go kind of that route, So I feel like the first thing you need to do is get the kind of tracks going. less
Well, you
Sandler
always
style.
have been more in the investigative side of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of my
And then
idea.
Johnny's more like the color man.
You could say
Yeah,
so,
but John Oliver doesn't really have a color man, so I'm not too sure where I fit in. We're gonna. It's more like a Conan O'Brien, Andy Richter
Sorry, what?
situation, I think. But, yeah.
The timing of the laugh is not totally dialed in yet.
Hey, listen, it's like new, but you know, like everything with this podcast, it's data. It's like we're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Luke and Paige Stark and Luke Packlin, everyone. Thanks so much for dropping by, you guys. Means the world
And
to us.
Frank, the tank.
Yeah,
And Frank,
man.
Frank, your
Thanks,
new
Frank.
pooch.
Next time we come on, we can rank Fred Schneider of the B-52s.
That sounds
He
good.
just played here. He was at the P&E.
He's going to get a lot of high scores.
Yeah.
Before you go, he, you know, who also played at the PNE James recently was Shaggy, and I got the inside scoop that he's now doing Sinatra covers, and the album was produced by Sting, and Shaggy's doing like reggae. Yeah, have you guys heard about this at all?
I haven't heard anything about this.
No, but I did have that Sting and Shaggy CD on repeat the summer it came out.
Wow. Oh, so they've worked
That's a
together
great
in the
album.
past. They've worked together in the past.
Yeah, they won
huh?
Best Reggae Album, actually. My friend, he plays keyboards for the Marley Boys, and they lost to Sting and Shaggy. They were quite disappointed.
So generous of Sting to like share reggae with Shaggy, let him know how it works and stuff.
Yeah.
well,
Like
I think Shaggy's the highest selling Jamaican artist of all time, above Bob Marley. even.
Above Marley?
Is that right?
Something like that. I think he's bigger than we know.
Well,
Fascinating.
I have to
It's a
take this little doggy outside, so I have to say bye.
Yeah, we'll jump
Okay.
off.
Bye,
I'm sure you
guys.
got a lot of other celebrity callers calling in.
We've got a
So
lot
I'd love
coming,
to
I
Yeah.
chat with you guys more soon.
yeah,
But,
we'll get you guys on real soon. Thanks for dropping by.
we're probably your most morally ambiguous guests.
Well, that's debatable.
Completely morally bankrupt.
All right, thanks guys. Bye now.
Love you guys. Peace.
Love you too. Peace.
It's chaos today
This is
on here.
sheer terror.
Yeah,
is
I'm
what I'm
listening.
feeling.
Your mic sounds really weird too. It's kind of, is it cracking up for you in your end?
Not at all. Oh no,
No?
I'm clear as a bell on here.
Okay, that's good because it's terrible over here. So,
Oh dear.
like, I can
Well,
hear
no.
you, but it's just it's crackling. Oh, it's not very professional. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, I've got a clean signal here.
Hey, as long as you're feeling good, I can hear you, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I am.
I don't want
Anyway,
you,
you know,
I don't
these
wanna
are
affect
some-
your performance.
These are some, you know, it's really nice to see, you know, because these are some of our guests who've been with us since the beginning. So, just nice to see them again.
It's huge. I really think it's huge. So anyway, what I was saying prior
Yeah.
to them coming on is, yeah, I've been kind of working on, like, just this week, really, like working on kind of like upping the level of the kind of the week that was. I mean, we could call it that
Yeah.
if you like.
The
The
current
week that
events,
was.
news bulletins. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking we could kind of make it a segment or something, you know? I've not really thought too hard about, maybe it would be kind of, it would go something like this. You know, it'd be,
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
you know, it's this kind of vibe.
Said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me.
And it's kind of like, yo, it's okay, here we are. It's the week. Something
Right
like
on.
that.
Yeah.
And then probably what I would do, I was thinking we could then like kind of switch into like, and we'd have to work on it, like work on the voice a bit, but like, you know, read it like pre-recording and writing bits.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Jokes, you mean?
Yeah, jokes.
One-liners.
Exactly.
Gags.
Yeah. Sorry, what gags?
Characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got one lined up here actually, so I'll try this out, see how you feel.
Crazy characters.
Yeah. Can I try one out on you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, so you can hear me good. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so Dave Grohl has been in the news a lot this week. DC. Let me start again. I just want to get it right. Okay, got to get it right.
Yeah.
DC hardcore legend, inventor of grunge, self-appointed official storyteller of music, actor, and you know what? We're getting another call here, so I'll have to wait and do that bit. Let's just open this up here and see what we've got. Unbelievable.
Here comes trouble.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey,
Is that Alex Bleeker?
you're never gonna believe where I am, guys. You're never gonna believe where I'm calling you from.
Tell
Where
me.
are you?
I'm about to. I'm approaching the Golden Gate Bridge right now. I wanted to wish you a happy 200 from America's Golden Gate.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yep, that's right.
You're-
I'm seeing the Golden Gate Bridge spanning the bay right now. I'm looking at the hills of Marin County. I'm coming home.
It's unbelievable. You going back up to Bolinas?
Yeah, I've been on a whirlwind tour with Taper's Choice. I'm coming from a great Fish concert in Denver, Colorado,
Okay.
and I'm finally heading home.
You got to hit the laugh track on that.
Damn, I missed it.
No laugh track needed, baby.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on my soundboard here.
Yeah, I hear you were kind of a VIP guest down at that Fish concert.
I mean, not as much as some people we know, and I'm serious about that, man. You know,
Can you
Yeah.
name some of the major players that were there, or is it best left unsaid?
I mean, that's up to you guys if you want me to reveal that in this moment, you know. But you know,
Well, I don't think it's anything to be. I know major friend of the pod, Jimmy Barone, drummer of Beach House, and he told me that Trey of Fish is a big Beach House fan, so they all went to check
He
out the
is, and
show.
They were, you know, unlike the Choice, they were invited backstage last night during a rain delay. I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Oh,
It's getting
yeah.
pretty loud.
Oh yeah,
in my 84 Volvo DL wagon.
You know who he sounds like right now? He's like the correspondent in the chopper during like the Bronco
100%.
chase. Like he's like, guys, I'm out here on I got a view down on I-5 and the
Unbelievable.
Bronco.
wind is really picking up over the bay right now. I'm seeing the iconic clock at the entrance to the Golden Gate Bridge right this second. Oh man, I
Wow.
wish you could see this through my eyes because this is where I wanted to be to wish you a happy 200. And
Thank you. Think of all the greats, the rock and roll greats who've seen what you're seeing right
listen,
now on their
I got
way.
a lot to say about Fish, and I want to come back and do a whole pod on it because I was at the show. And
we've been trying to get
they were-
you on.
Well, you know, Taper's Choice is really taking off, so it's getting harder to pin me down. It's been a whirlwind, man. Yeah,
I
man,
assumed
that's
you were
what-
just
that's what
kind
we
of
hear.
clam diving with Steven Stills in Costa Rica.
No, man, I'm going full jam. I'm looking for the younger generation. You know, I'm trying to get in with like
Are they-
Warren Haynes.
Are you
These
on
guys Are right
TikTok?
for the ranking. I think.
Are the kids really into jam band music right now?
Well, I think young jam is like 60 and below. You know, like,
Nice.
Like 30.
Yeah, young jam.
35
Okay.
is a youthful jammer. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad to hear you know, we wish you all the success in this world on this podcast. We talk about you all the time, and you know, I'm still expecting that
coming right
Taper's
back. I mean,
Choice hat. Have you mailed me my hat yet, or what?
It's on its way. I can't believe you guys
Okay.
made it. Dude, I only heard 5 or 6 episodes myself, the one that I'm on, but you know, I can't wait to come back so I can listen again.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, Alex Bleeker, everybody, thank you for stopping by, Bleeker. We love you. We miss you. You're the best.
I'm still on the bridge. I'm getting this first.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we're
I'm gonna
losing
just
him here,
cut it.
James.
I'm just gonna.
I think we just got to cut
I
him
could
off here.
report
guys.
him.
Yeah.
All
Actually.
right.
Yeah.
Take care.
We're losing you. We're losing you. Keep following that Bronco, that white Bronco.
Yeah, we lost
Okay.
him. He's gone. Unbelievable. This is kind of now
Yeah,
I'm
we
thinking
lost
that maybe I'm loving this energy. This is kind of more like drive time radio.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Okay, so you see him,
or like
like in Variety.
no, I see it even more like sports talk as well. Like a lot of the sports shows I used to listen to, they'd just be like, and now we got Ray Ferraro. He's in the car on his way to the New Jersey for the game, and you hear him driving and talking about like who they got starting on the power play that night and stuff like that.
I can totally get into that vibe. I tell you, I've enjoyed doing this podcast more than I have for a while, based on just kind of throwing these new ideas out there, seeing like what shit sticks. Basically.
Well, we're artists. We're artists first and foremost, and we have to always push the envelope for ourselves. If not,
sorry, no, it was definitely the wrong time to play that. Sorry. Anyway, here's my idea again.
That's
Let's just go back to this. Because this is something that I think could work. Kind of the week.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't need to be that song. But it's kind of, there's a placeholder.
Well, I think it's
a
funny.
placeholder.
It's
a
been.
placeholder.
It's
a placeholder. That's it. So then, okay. Okay. And then it would be like, and it's the kind of...
No, and then if I'm Andy Richter, I'd be like, hey, is there anything new in the news this
Absolutely.
week,
And then I
James,
kind of would go, I'm thinking it's some kind of cross between, I just need to get this, like, I've never heard John Oliver, but I know he's English, so I feel like I'm close already.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
he talks super fast, and he breathes really loud, which is why I can't watch it.
So anyway, DC hardcore legend, inventor of grunge, self-appointed official storyteller of music, actor and muse to Paul McCartney, Dave Grohl has been in the news this week. Dave Grohl recalled how he was kicked out of a dental surgery after demonstrating how he played the drums using his teeth. The incident took place when he was young, before he could afford to play a kit properly. He developed his own technique for learning rhythms in his mouth, along with using the pillows on his bed as stand-ins for drums and cymbals. This could explain why his music has had no bite for the last 20 years.
This is good. I'm going to write some too. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've got another one if you want.
I'm into it. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
So, okay. How was the delivery, do you think?
Yeah, it's good, but, you could tighten it up.
How should I tighten it up? What would you suggest?
Well, I think that, for instance, I think that you could have gotten to the punchline
quicker.
I'd have to take a look at the joke again. Yeah, a little quicker.
Okay. This one line will work.
Because the teeth thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few in this one. Okay.
Like I might have avoided the pillow bedroom stuff, just done the
just
teeth
got
part,
quicker. Yeah,
and then gone straight to the bite.
Sense.
You know,
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. This. Okay.
Yeah.
Skid Row's bassist Rachel Skid Row's bassist Rachel Bolan chided miserable bastard internet trolls who've taken shots at his band since their 1999 return without classic era frontman Sebastian Bach. It appears as though the band reforming Sebastian Backless has left internet trolls in a fugue state, demanding they want Sebastian back.
I would have done the boo track for that one. Huh?
Skid Row, of course, were famous in the 1980s, since which we have been in a consistent neoliberal economic... Okay, I've got to do this again. Okay, hang on. Let me just get my shit together.
Yeah, you're getting good. You're getting better.
Skid Row, of course, were famous in the 1980s, since which we have seen consistent neoliberal economic policies, combining that with rampant real estate and offshore money being pumped into the North American economy. Skid Row are actually now a gentrified hipster community with coffee shops, condos, local artisans, and a couple of really nice breweries.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, got a little bit more here. The bassist then offered his theory about haters, suggesting they insult bands like his because they're unhappy in their own life. He said they go to bed that miserable. When they wake up in the morning, they're still that miserable. The big difference is when I go to bed and wake up in the next morning, I'm still in fucking Skid Row. Rachel's clearly an optimist. If he's that excited to wake up in Skid Row, someone should tell him how amazing he would feel to wake up not in Skid Row.
Very good.
Thanks.
I like this kind of running thread of the same joke. It's more of a Lenny Bruce.
Is that what it
energy.
is? I mean, you kind of know how this stuff works. I'm just kind of trying it out.
You know, it's like, yeah, this is definitely less of a Rodney Dangerfield delivery you're doing.
Okay.
It's more of a kind of Bill Hicks.
Okay, that's good. I know him at least.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Thanks. It's possible I'll
I'm
never
so
do
proud
that
of it.
again.
Thank you for. Well, I'm going to write some jokes now. You got me fired up about it, and we'll have a segment called "It's Been."
Yeah, exactly.
You should just do that as the intro. Just "It's
Yeah,
Been."
I need to kind of get that on my soundboard.
we'll do it.
I think.
That's the funniest part. Yeah, I saw a thing of.
Anytime we need it, it's right there.
I was doing that all day the other day. I told you I was really into specifically. I woke up a little hungover, had a couple cigarettes, and I was doing the tiptoed in the room. I know you need to have your rest. I like when he goes to the have your rest. He turns into like an old grandpa.
100%.
He goes, I know you need to have your rest.
Yeah, no, it's
He
strong.
kind of gets like with the lisp. You know?
Yeah, no, it's strong.
Yeah, it takes the gum, the dentures out.
Yeah. So, I agree. So, let's just kind of
I know it's your bit, but I like that
maybe
song
didn't
too
like
now,
well,
so.
you do. Maybe we could talk for the next sort of 10 minutes here, just kind of, I don't know, about like what we've done with our days, which is kind of how we normally open an episode.
Oh yeah, we're
See how that
gonna.
works.
This is like a lot of legit show stuff packed into one episode. There's no way we're gonna keep this up.
No.
But what I would like to talk about, because this is big, because everyone's gonna get it tomorrow, is that I've finished the ranking sheets. I've said this so many times, and they're going to be sent to all of the patrons, all of you listening, tomorrow morning when they get this episode. And there's 3. I just want to tell you quickly what they are. It's not super as legit as it could be. We haven't developed an app, but I've done my best with it. We've got 3 different styles of ranking sheet. We've got what I call single artist ranking sheet, which still has to be printed. You need your grandparents' printer or whatever. But they're individual cards where you can rank one artist. And then what I was thinking is you can take a photo of it and it fits perfectly for like a portrait for stories. You take a photo of it if you're proud of your ranking and share it with us or send it to us. This is super legit talk. And then, so there's that one. There's a multi-artist ranking sheet, which is like how James and I rank, where we have multiple artists down the side. It's more data entry. Kind of, you can keep track of all your rankings so you could compare down the fashion column who's got what. Compare, make sure you're not kind of losing your perspective as you rank, which is something I find really invaluable.
Totally.
Thirdly, and this is the most kind of tech, even though it's really lo-fi, is it's a mobile ranking card, which what it is you download the file on your phone into your photos and it fits perfectly on your phone, and then everyone's phone has this like markup thing where you can write on a picture and you can write with the markup and rank someone and then take a screenshot and you can keep all your rankings that way.
Incredible.
And you can share it with us. So it was fun to do, and anyway, we hope to see some of your rankings, and if you don't send them, whatever, but now at least you have an official way to rank.
I mean,
the way the pros
I'm excited for everybody listening to this, and I'm sure they're excited too to kind of get more interactive with this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's kind of the plan. I mean, I'm thinking that maybe
beyond
classic rock might be done. It might be time to kind of like lean into like finally lean into kind of Pretenders era.
Oh, I see what you mean. That's not classic rock?
It's like it is on like classic rock 101.
I know what you mean.
But it's kind of like it's kind of now, we've kind of, for example, we're like kind of like almost stuck. I'm thinking about the Time Wave Zero stuff and like the way in which like I want to get out of the whirlpool a bit. And it probably will involve like in newer bands, like maybe not Manassas.
Yeah, I mean, although, okay, before we do that, can I do one last hot take about Stephen Stills?
Yeah, of course. I heard about this. You said you had one.
So I was with my lovely young bride yesterday on a long drive.
Yeah.
And we had one CD that was Assorted Neil that I had made, a mix CD from a long time ago.
Go through it a little bit, track by track. I'd like to know.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of Tonight's the Night because I was big into that at the time. It was Mellow My Mind. You had The Losing End from Everyone Knows This
Really
Is Nowhere.
nice song.
Cowgirl in the Sand was on there. Speaking Out. Albuquerque. We had Pardon My Heart off of Zuma.
Nice.
It's kind of moody. We had Homegrown.
Yeah.
That was cool. And one came on from after the Gold Rush called Till the Morning Comes.
Know it well.
Everybody knows it. It's like really short. It's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. And I had this theory about it that maybe you could just play it from about the 1 minute mark,
Yeah,
James,
of course I
if you
can,
have
yeah.
it there. Yeah.
pull it up here.
Because Stephen Stills is featured on it, particularly in the choruses.
Vocally.
And
with
I
the-
have kind of a theory. Yeah, vocally, yeah. And I have kind of a theory about what might have happened during the sessions. We could play it for everyone.
kind of interesting because I'm trying to.
Oh, it's not on. Neil's not on Spotify.
Don't worry, I've got multiple.
right.
Listen, this is a professional show. I've got
Okay,
plenty,
okay.
plenty of different.
Okay, exactly.
Neil Young. More. I'm just gonna pull it up.
But it's a beautiful
Here it is.
song.
So you want to
But-
play it from the 1 minute mark?
Yeah,
is
here
that
we
what
go.
you're saying?
But from the 1 minute mark
Okay,
in,
here we
yeah.
go.
Yeah. So here's
Okay.
my theory: is that Stephen still, because he's kind of like he needed to get that kind of vocal feature part in. You know what I mean? It's on a Neil
Yeah.
song. And so Neil's kind of like, yeah, okay, sure, Steven, whatever you want to do. And I feel like, maybe Steven was a little bit keyed up.
Yeah.
And he fancied himself a bit of the producer on the track. And he's
Nice.
like, I got some ideas here. And my theory is that from the end of that, where it fades out, it goes on to like a Stephen Stills guitar solo and like all these other ideas he had for the song.
Interesting.
And then Neil was kind of like, sure, Steven, like, do your thing, do whatever the fuck you want. And then in mixing, he was like, what are we going to do about this? And he's
Yeah.
like, just fade it out in a minute and a half.
I
just
like
get rid-
that.
So now
Conceptually.
whenever I hear the fade out, I think they're just like, fuck, I can't hear anymore of this fucking still shit. They just
shit.
fade it out,
Interesting. We got
Yeah.
we got a comment here from Lucas, a major player on
Yeah.
the Patreon community. A detective scoop for
Yep.
us. He said he was listening to Manassas, having a demented time, when he realized that the opening melody for Both of Us (parentheses Bound to Lose) sounds identical to the bridge melody of Neil's The Loner. And could it be one of Steven's fake Vietnam-induced dark tricks? So I feel like I have to listen to
he's
all this
just-
shit to figure it out.
He's all worked up about Neil constantly is what I think's going on. That's why he
Okay, here's the song.
needed to
So
sing that
let's see.
vocal solo.
He says the opening melody is the same as the bridge in Alona. Can you think of the bridge in Alona?
The bridge, loner.
The Alona is such a long song.
He's an unforeseen danger, the keeper of the key to the lock. That's the verse.
Here's
Bridge.
yeah, great song actually. Let's get to the bridge here.
Yeah, I don't remember the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Right. There's no vocals. That's the bridge. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is Bound to Lose
Yeah.
here.
Why can't you hear
I mean, the bass is doing
It's
it.
also Chris Hillman. This is a Hillman song.
I know, but it's still,
think.
it's still Manassas. I like this one.
I love this tune.
Well, I've said I think they're my favorite incarnation of the whole community.
Group. Oh yeah, I guess they're both involved.
It
in
does
this
have a
one.
bit of loner energy, but I don't know if it's that close. The bass is doing the bum 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 bum. But no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lucas.
It's close.
I can't go with you on that one.
You know what else? I took a lot of heat personally. Well, not personally. We did on both sides about our Elvis ranking.
Right.
Just want to clear a bit of this up. So on the one side, and there were many opinions about this, but on the one side, we had Luke, who was disappointed that he didn't get a 10 in technical and natural purely as a singer, saying that there's no better singer
He did
in the
say
history of the world. And I was thinking to myself, originally when we were doing ranking, we were going to rank people based on just their one specific
Yeah.
instrument. And if I was basing it on
Yeah.
just singing, he would
Okay.
be a 10 in both to me. But now we have all this other
Yeah.
shit mixed in. But interestingly, on the other side of it, and I just got to clear this up, I saw a message from New York Mike, as I call him, is a patron of ours from New York who I've met. Lovely guy. Disappointed that Elvis got a higher technical score than John Lennon. And I just need to clear this up. In the opinion of this podcast, John is not technical guy. Okay, John is all soul. His singing's not technical to me. His guitar playing's not technical. He's all soul to me. He's
100%.
not a technical guy. Whereas Elvis, as a singer, extremely technically
Okay.
gifted. So that's where I stand on that. So just clearing that up on both sides. I wouldn't give him a 10, Luke, based on what we've done, but I also would not give him less than John Lennon for sure. So there you go.
Hey, listen,
That's that cleared up.
we all know this far into ranking that you are the cool hand when it comes to it. I defer to you with a lot of this stuff personally when it comes to ranking.
I lose a lot of sleep at night, but it's no easy task. But someone's got to.
Well,
do it,
I gave Andy Kiedis about 6 10s, so I'm not exactly kind of the cool hand that's needed when it comes to ranking.
I was just
Elvis.
drinking beer that night and just watching the train drive into the mountain,
Kinda like
while you guys were ranking those
Denzel
guys.
movie.
Yeah. I was just on the hillside, watching the plane crash into the mountain, and now we have to live with those rankings for the rest of our lives.
because we've never changed them in the
Because
past.
certainly we can't re-rank. No, you certainly not.
Well, I think probably that just about does it for episode 200. I hope that everyone has enjoyed the podcast to this point thus far. A little bit demented today, but we had to do
Yeah.
it to figure out.
we had to
We
do
had to do
something special for 200.
And I'm going to say this right now, live on air. I look forward to another 200.
So do I. And James, I just want to tell you that most importantly, thank you for doing 200 with me. I love you. You're my best buddy.
You too, pal.
And
I love you
here's
too.
to 200
I'm
more.
hoping that maybe you take over kind of editing, putting them up there and stuff like that. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'll do it.
No,
I'll
I'm
do it.
into it. It's fine.
We got us. Hey, you know what else is this podcast started? It was all about
So it
friendship,
still
and
is.
that's the way I still feel.
I'm going to
about it,
play
so.
us out with the theme song that I like so far because you've only heard it once. Here it is one more time.
Uh-huh. Love it.
Okay. Have a great rest of your evening, Johnny.
Shout out to Jessica
Yeah, shout out to
Espolita, who
Espolita.
has that Canada single by Pilot. I was gonna get Jessica on to pop in today too, but I figured that those three assholes were gonna take up too much
Yeah,
time
no, it's
already.
fantastic.
So,
I would say.
and they're all in the Five Timers Club.
Are they
so.
all in the 5 Times Club? I would say, I would
Yep.
go as far as
Yep.
to say this.
I tell you, baby, you are the joy of my life.
All right. Okay, buddy. I'll speak to you really soon. I'll see you all
Fantastic.
next Sunday. Okay.
All right.
Peace.
Bye bye.